¿Cómo estás, señores and señoritas? I don't know if I said that right in Spanish because I took Spanish class, but I'm not sure. But anyway, what is up? I am John Maffio, also known as MaffmanJones on YouTube, and welcome to my worst 10 movies of 2013. Oh my god, I hate this shit! With every year in cinematic history, we are brought movies. Movies that are good, movies that are great, and then we got movies that just fucking suck and don't deserve to have seen the light of day for all of eternity because they fucking suck. And I'm going to count down the top 10 movies that just fucking sucked so fucking much. Let's have fun with this though. Here are my worst 10 movies of 2013. Oh my god, they fucking suck. Probably a little bit too late for this now, but parental advisory, viewer discretion is advised. Also, these are my worst movies of 2013. If you don't agree, and if you even like some of the movies on this list, then you can tell me in the comments down below, but don't get offended. These are the movies that annoyed me and frustrated me. These are the movies that angered me the most. These are the movies I just don't want to watch ever again. But we'll get to this right now. Let's have some honorary mentions though. White House Down, The Lone Ranger, and Only God Forgives. Only because the movie just felt like it was trying too hard to be artsy. I am sorry. I love Drive. Okay? Also, huge waste of potential, Ass 2, and Men in Black 4. Right now, we are at that mildly frustrated level, so we're okay, but my number 10 is The Great Gatsby. This movie, visually, is a masterpiece in my opinion. It's very stylistic, and for that, I commend it, but otherwise, I hated it. The story was not depicted from the novel all that well. I don't know, I just didn't fall in love with the movie as much as other people did. I just didn't see what was so special about it. The performances were good for the most part. Leonardo DiCaprio was great as Jay himself, but the rest of the movie, I just couldn't find a reason to like it. Flashing lights and popping imagery visually does not keep me engaged. I do not have the attention span of a 5-year-old, but I guess most people in America do. Oh snap! And that's why it's my number 10. Coming in at number 9 is The Hangover Part 3. Now, I recognize and I acknowledge that some people do like this movie a lot, actually. I, however, was disappointed because I did not laugh almost at all. The movie became like this crime thriller of sorts, and it wasn't funny at all, and I didn't get the vibe. I just didn't like the way that Todd Phillips took the direction with the story. I did pay homage to the original movie a lot, and I appreciated that, but otherwise, I just thought it was a shit show. And that is why it's my number 9. Coming in at number 8 is Runner, Runner, starring Justin Timberlake, I Fuck Britney Spears, and Ben Affleck, Batman. The movie, I mean, is pretty much the most mediocre movie I have seen all year. It had nothing to it, no flavor, no style. It runs its course and it leaves. If you're having a party and you need something on TV, otherwise I see no reason for this movie to be watched by any human beings. It's so stupid. I did not like it. It's stupid. And that's why it's my number 8. Coming in at number 7 is The Counselor, directed by Ridley Scott. This movie, again, people think that there's something there. Unfortunately, I did not see it. The movie sucks. The story is non-existent. The characters are just cartoony. Cameron Diaz has sex with a Ferrari. That is the only thing I remember from this movie because that was so sexy and memorable. Otherwise, this movie is visually compelling, but otherwise garbage. It feels like it's an empty, shallow void. Some people have it on their top 10 best movies of the year, which boggles my mind, but different strokes for different folks. And that's why it's my number 7. Coming in at number 6 is the sequel to one of the best movies of all time, The Smurfs. The Smurfs 2. It stars Barney Stinson, Neil Patrick Harris. I mean, I feel like I shouldn't be so cruel as to put a kids movie in my top 10 worst movies of the year, but a kids movie should strive to be intelligent and not just flashing lights that it's just, oh, look, colorful images, blue, stupid funny gags, bing, bong, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha. If you're not a little kid who can't comprehend what's on screen, you will think this movie is absolute garbage. It's a waste of money. Don't watch it. It fucking sucks. I'm sorry. That's why it's my number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Grown Ups Part 2. I used to love Adam Sandler. I used to love Happy Madison. I used to love their movies in the 90s and early 2000s. Billy Madison is one of my favorite comedies of all time. Okay? This movie, and what Adam Sandler's been doing for the last 5, 6, 7 years, has been complete and honest shit. And I'm sorry, but people who like Grown Ups 2, I don't see it. I don't see the humor anymore. It's really lazy, complacent, stupid garbage that just seems like eye candy, and that's all. It's like eating a jawbreaker, and then choking on your jawbreaker, and then dying and going to hell. That's what this fucking movie is. And then they had the nerve to have a big action sequence at the end, which involves a lot of 80s homages and references, which, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed those references to 80s movies and 80s guys like Prince and like Hall & Oates. Those are actually musical acts. In retrospect, I see it as just a distraction to keep you away from what is actually being seen on screen. Literal diarrhea coming in your fucking face. That's why it's my number 5. Coming in at number 4 is A Good Day to Die Hard. I didn't grow up with Die Hard, but over the last 4 or 5 years, I watched the first 4 movies, and I think the first couple Die Hard movies are fantastic. I love the third one, I love the first one. They're fantastic action movies. But this movie is not only a bad Die Hard movie, it's a bad action movie in general. It just reeks of cliches, it reeks of diarrhea, it reeks of January, February release action movies that are just out there to make money. And Bruce Willis isn't trying at all, he's just standing around saying, "I'm supposed to be on vacation!" I hated it. Some Men Just Want to Watch the World Burn. That's my number 4. Coming in at number 3 is a movie that came out in very early January, and I knew right away it would be in my top 3. I knew it! Go get him, cuz I'm a fucking whore! Texas Chainsaw 3D. Holy fucking shit. This movie sucks. It's a typical cliched story of a group of teenagers who go to stay at a remote house, and they get chopped off one by one by a guy with a bloody chainsaw. It couldn't even be fun. It couldn't even be fun. It was a disaster to watch. I felt like I was growing a tumor in my goddamn head watching it. Why? Why? It's my number 3. Sliding in at number 2 is a movie that released and it had an ensemble cast of a lot of Academy Award nominated and winning actors and actresses. It's like Saturday Night Live, if you took Saturday Night Live, which is already bad, and made it 10 times worse. Movie 43. Oh my god! There were a couple amusing segments, like for example, there's one where there's a myth that arises that kids are inside printers and they distribute the paper when you print out things. That was kind of funny. The one with Terrence Howard and Hugh Jackman with a ball sack on his chin. Okay, you cringe at almost everything, and you think to yourself while watching it, why did I spend $12 on this? Oh yeah, because I make bad life decisions sometimes. Sometimes we accidentally stab somebody in the eye with a pencil. Sometimes we accidentally impregnate a woman. Sometimes we get abortions. Sometimes we see bad movies. Movie 43 is that baby that was conceived through incest in the South and never got aborted. It's my number 2. And coming in at numero 1 is Scary Movie fucking 5. Why was this made? This movie is one of the laziest movies I've ever seen in my life. It was so bad. All the segments were rushed. I feel like there was no screenplay, and if there was, it was written in like a day, or like an hour, or like 5 minutes, or you know what, maybe they just went off of like their heads, improvised, and they were like, you know what, let's just make a movie, see if it makes money, and it didn't, thankfully. Scary Movie 5 is a rambunctious, disparaging piece of rat's bottom that deserves to sit at the bottom of Hell's Peak forever and ever, being shat on with Satan's ass while Saddam Hussein fucks it in the ass with his little 2-inch penis. It is my worst movie of the year. And those are my top 10 worst movies of the year, with some honorable mentions, and also I forgot to mention Spring Breakers, because I'm indifferent about it. There's qualities about the movie that I like, and qualities that I don't like. So you know what, that movie just deserves to be up in the air for now, I don't know. Now I want to know what were your worst movies of the year. Let me know your list. 5, 10, 20, whatever you like in the comment section below. What do you think of my list? Do you agree or disagree? And let's have a little discussion without getting into fights here. I don't think I was that controversial here because certain movies could have been on there that other people did have on there, but I didn't because I actually kind of like the movies. Like Man of Steel. Remember that movie? It was supposed to be one of the best superhero movies of all time, and then it just didn't. And now Batman vs. Superman is starting to look like a Justice League movie. It's looking like a disaster. No, John, don't keep positive, optimistic thoughts. You must! Please subscribe to my channel, MaffmanJones, so you'll never miss a review or video from me ever again. 2014 is incoming. Please like the video and check out my Facebook, my Twitter, and We Live Film accounts in the info box. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones. 2014 is right around the corner, and that means January and February releases, which also means a lot of terrible movies. Oh, God, I cannot wait! See you guys next year.